Let me ask you a question. How are you protecting what's sacred in your life? When I say sacred, what are the things to you that um, are so important that they are worth protecting? When I think of the sacred things in my life, I think about the relationships I have with people in my life. I think about um, my own inner drive, inner purpose. I mean, there are just so many sacred things that we have in our lives. And I think what's challenging is that we live in a social media world where everybody's posting seemingly all of their business in the street, right? People are showing you on social media what they want you to see. They're showing you the family portraits and the Christmas pictures with the everybody in the same pajamas and the Valentine's Day gifts and the anniversary posts. Please do not be fooled. I'm just gonna I'm starting in a whole different direction than I thought I was gonna go. Please do not be fooled. On social media, when people seemingly are giving you their entire lives, like they're sharing with you their kids and they're this and they're that, they're giving you the highlight reel. They're giving you the best. They're giving you the vacation pics, but they're not telling you that they had a major blowout fight with each other while they were on vacation in the Caribbean. They're not doing that. So the point of all of this is not to judge people who want to put their family and their relationships and their relationship status and all of this stuff out on social media. If you are comfortable with that, then do you. You know what I mean? Do you. But here's where I want to talk about things, because I'm not sure that before people decide to put their business out in the street, that's what it is, I'm not sure people really think of the ramifications of that. I'm a firm believer that you protect what's sacred by keeping it private. You know, my mother used to say growing up, she's like, don't tell anybody anything you don't want the whole world to know. Don't tell anybody. And I've lived by that. Meaning, if you check out my books, I talk about lots of different things I've been through over the course of my life in my books at overcomingfearbooks.com. But everything you read in each of my books, they are things that I don't mind the whole world knowing, which is why I've published them in a book for the whole world to see. But there are other things in my life that are absolutely sacred. And because they are sacred, they require protection. And because they require protection, the best protection I know to really protect what's sacred is to keep it private. So you will never see me put my marriage out in the street. You will never see me put my children out in the street. Meaning, when I say out in the street, my business out in the street. You will never see me post those kinds of things because to me, they are sacred. They are also things that are subject to change, meaning you might be going through a rough patch in your relationship. You might be going through a rough patch with your kids. You might be going. So my sense of that, and this is just for me, everybody else does what they need to do. But my sense is if I'm not going to give you everything, meaning if I'm not going to tell you when the bad times hit, then I'm also not going to only post on social media with the good times because I'm not giving you a fair perspective. If I'm going to let you in, I'm going to actually fully let you in. And since I'm somebody who keeps the sacred private, I'm not going to let you into the good, the bad, or the ugly. And I think it's really important to understand that not everybody is that way. What you're seeing from other people, I think so many people feel bad when they look at other people's lives on social media, especially on Facebook. You know, they see the family photos with everybody in the same pajamas. They see the vacations and the trips and the new vehicles and the new puppies and all this. And they feel bad like their lives aren't up to par with what everybody else is posting. But once again, people are only posting what they want you to see. So you don't know if they struggle with depression, and you don't know if they have a child who is having suicidal ideation, and you don't know that they're on the verge of divorce, and you don't know that one is cheating on the other, and you don't know that, one is anorexic. Like, you don't know. So please don't take what you see other people posting and say to yourself, well, my life isn't as good as theirs, and I can't possibly, measure up to them. The things in your life that are sacred, if you want to protect them, if you want to honor the sacred nature of them, the best thing you can do for them is keep them private. And that's not hiding it from the world. That's protecting it from the judgment of the world and the criticism of the world and the external forces that might look at a glimpse of your life and go, well, let me see if I can mess with that. And I'm not saying everybody has bad intentions, but there are people who do. And so my rule of thumb is protect what's sacred by keeping it private. And when you keep things private, you don't have people in your business. You don't have people who feel like they can ask you all kinds of questions. You don't have people who think they can come in and manipulate situations. And you don't have people who will judge you and talk behind your back about what they think they know about you, because you're not feeding them the information that they can then turn and use against you. And look, if you love sharing all of your moments and your sonograms and the baby's first step and all that stuff on social media, or if your reasoning, which I hear this a lot, well, my parents live so far away and I want them to see my kids, and then do it. But also know what you're opening yourself up to, and also know what measures you'll take to protect your sacred things. And I just find that the simplest way to handle what's sacred is to keep it private. It just keeps everything simple. And if that's not you, if you want all your business out in the street, go for it. But own the fact of what you're actually opening yourself up to. And if you don't want all the drama that comes with what you'd open yourself up to, then take my advice. Protect what's sacred by keeping it private.